Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing, but now let's talk about none other than Cardano itself. I'm going to be discussing what's exactly happening with ADA's price right now and of course what is yet to come, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. If we're looking at the entire market, we're seeing a lot of green across the board. Pretty much if we're seeing majority of the coins in the top 100, are up right now. And that is mainly due to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is back above $42,000, which is taking the entire market up with it, which is a great sign, of course. But as far as Cardano is concerned, it's up 2.9% over the past 24 hours in USD comparative. And recently I've been hearing a lot of FUD as far as Cardano price is concerned. A lot of people are attacking very negative about Cardano. I'm going to share my personal thoughts with you guys on that. Honestly, if you've been following me on my channel from the beginning, you know my overall stance on ADA, but we're going to be discussing what exactly is next right now. But before we go into it any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer. Anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So if we're looking at the price of Cardano right now, currently sitting at 49.77 cents. We're also up about 1% over the past 24 hours in BTC comparative, with the market cap currently sitting at $17.4 billion and the 24-hour trading volume currently sitting at 266.8 million. Not bad at all. But let's take it a step further, because of course everyone wants to know what exactly is happening with the price of ADA and of course what is yet to come. So let's kind of start off with the price of ADA. As you can see, pretty much since the 11th of this month, we've been pretty much in a downwards trajectory. And speaking about a downwards trajectory, after we did retest above this resistance, this key level resistance, which I've discussed on my channel for quite some time. I've given you guys the importance of this level of resistance. You can pretty much see this for yourself. We did see the price of Cardano making its way up to 61.57 cents before we saw this massive move towards the downside. And if you want to put that into into actual numbers, that's what I'm trying to say. I lost words for a second, but if you pretty much bring out the measuring tool, after we basically got rejected at this resistance, because of course we weren't unable to see the price of Cardano actually holding above that range, closing this resistance into support. So pretty much we did see Cardano dropping an additional 22% from that level. So we did see ADA hitting 45.3 cents, and if you picked up some Cardano around this 45.36 cents mark, you are up right now about 10% since then. But the question that everyone has right now, probably especially the newcomers coming into the space, is why exactly did Cardano see this sharp drop? And usually I understand, I totally get it, especially the newcomers coming into the space. Moves like these can really be horrific. I totally understand. I was one of you when I came new into the markets, but what I've been through, guys, what I've been through in this market is absolutely insane. And what we've seen in the last 2 to 3 days is absolutely nothing compared to what I have been through with this market. But this move right here, this drop, this 20% decline, is all due to Bitcoin seeing a retest down to $39,000. Of course, we had a CME gap around there, which got filled out. And since that CME gap at $39,000 got filled out, we have seen BTC climbing back towards the upside. And the craziest thing right now is we do have resistance coming in the way, which I mentioned earlier in my ICP and Solana updates. That exact same resistance has kind of broken out, and I think the main target right now for BTC is at $43,682. So what I'm expecting is we could be seeing more upside for BTC in the upcoming hours ahead of us. But of course, we're in a weekend, and on the weekends we do tend to see more manipulation across the board due to CME futures being closed. So we need to keep those factors in mind. But as far as ADA is concerned, of course it's bouncing with the overall market momentum. But speaking about bouncing with the overall market momentum, you can pretty much see this for yourself. We have resistance literally right now, as of recording recording this update, we have resistance coming in its way as the price of Cardano is trying to break towards the upside. And if it's able to break out of this resistance, I see Cardano reclaiming above 52 cents mark, especially getting back to the main levels, which is of course where it was prior to this pullback. And I wouldn't even consider this a massive pullback, but it was long overdue, because what was happening was a lot of longs started piling up around this range. And of course whales are going to come out and shake out the weak hands, and usually we hear that term that CME gap will eventually get closed, and that's exactly what happened. We saw the CME gap come in and getting closed, and now we're making the price back towards the upside. So it's going to be really, really important to see how the overall market reacts as we start off the new week coming ahead of us. But overall, Cardano is still looking quite great. It is reacting with the overall market momentum. Yes, it does not have, it's no secret at this point, in the immediate short term, Cardano does not have as much eyes on it like other projects. Solana of course has insane amount of eyes on it right now, because of course its ecosystem is growing at a tremendous rate like we've never seen before, and of course it's going to have a lot of eyes, and of course certain new projects that are coming across are gaining a lot of traction. But Cardano is one of the ones, in my personal opinion, that is being overlooked, and the people that are paying attention to ADA are the ones that actually truly understand it. If you've been watching my channel, I personally think ADA's overall DeFi is extremely undervalued, and I think in the upcoming months ahead of us, we're going to see an upside for the overall ecosystem as well. But of course, it goes back to what I've said. If you've been watching my channel, if you've been watching these ADA updates, the level that where FOMO kicks in is in this zone, in my opinion. This level is extremely important. You will not believe it, because right now, guess what? We're still in the bear market cycle. The bear market cycle has not come to an end. That officially, in my books, again, this is just my own personal opinion. Everyone does, a technical analysis in their own way. But me personally, I think, Cardano is still in its bear market cycle until it breaks into the 78.6. And what a coincidence, because we almost retested the 78.6 two different times almost right before that, but never managed to actually touch that resistance itself. But the reason why that is because of course, if you know how traders trade, usually key resistances are levels where you do tend to see a little bit of a minor choppiness, so traders tend to lock in profits a little before then. But around this time, the amount of people that were talking positive about Cardano was almost at its all-time highs. But right now, that's not the case. We're seeing a lot of negative comments coming in for ADA. So if you really are one of the Cardano believers, you really understand what Cardano is doing, and you want to have it in your portfolio, if you've done your due diligence and research, and you want to invest, some money that you have, you want to dollar cost average, now is the time. Because if I bring out the measuring tool for you guys, if we're measuring it to the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement level, that's a 40% gain from the current price levels. It's a matter of time when we start retesting those levels again. So that's a great dollar cost averaging an option right now compared to where we saw it just 28 days ago, which was a month back. But that is it for today's update. Let me know down below what you guys personally think. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for showing so much love. Let me know if you guys want to see continuous ADA updates, and I will bring that for you guys. Love you all. See you tomorrow in Crypto ZX, and peace out.